Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. This is Sherry with Beauty Inside&Out. I have no hairdo, really. You want to call this a hairdo? Not really. I have no makeup on, and I think that's okay right now. Kind of a lot's going on in my family today. My Uncle Walt is to pass away today. He has been in a coma-like state now for 2 days. And he right now is gasping. So the loved ones there, his daughter and people there, hospice, are around his bedside, and he's not in any pain. He's on morphine, so nothing, he's not hurting in any way. You know, it seems like every few months I'm losing someone or an animal or something, and I get that death is a part of life. I know that. You know, at a very early age, I was taught that. So it's not something that I don't get. Baby Mix. I just don't like it coming back to back. Not long ago, I lost another uncle of mine that I was very close to. That was my Uncle Lenny. And it just seems like one by one they're getting taken away. And I know that has to do with my age and my relatives, and they're getting old and they can't live forever. But it doesn't make the day any less painful. So I just wanted to come on here and talk a minute about my Uncle Walt. He was, I think, the biggest kidder in the family on my dad's side with the boys. There's quite a few boys and one girl. And that's my Aunt Marion. But Uncle Walt was the kidder, you know, and I'll always remember him because when I was a little girl, like 4 and 5 and 6, we'd go to see my grandmother, my goodness, in Trenton, New Jersey. And when he knew that me and my sister were there visiting, he would always put chocolate milk at the door. Well, back then, you know, in the 60s, they, telling my age, they had milk delivery men. So he would always, instead of, you know, 1 or 2 regular white milk for my grandmother, he would always bring a couple of jars, bottles of the chocolate milk. And man, was it good. Today has nothing on the chocolate milk in the 60s. Trust me, it was heaven. It was like you died away and went to heaven when you're that young and you taste that rich, creamy, just, man, it was, nothing's like it today. But he would make sure that he brought those bottles of chocolate milk for me and my sister when we were there. Because I guess my grandmother would call and say, hey, Louie's here, so, and the girls, and Doris. So, you know, we were called the girls, me and my sister. But he would always do that, never fail. You know, and that's the first thing I remember about my Uncle Walt. And he was the kidder, you know. If you felt down or depressed or something, he'd just come up with his, you know, joke to try to get your spirits and get you a smile. and it worked. And he's also the one that introduced me and my family to a place called Whataburger, and it was in Florida. And we lived in Florida, but we traveled all over the United States. So I can't believe we never had a Whataburger. And back then the Whataburgers, them burgers were like this big and juicy and just drip, and back then they were good. So, I'm associating my Uncle Walt with food, apparently. But, then they adopted a little girl. Her name was Susie. And I just loved her because I used to always kind of like prance her around on my hip when I was little. And she was little, a baby. And then it was so funny because when I had my daughter, she was prancing around with my daughter on her hip. So, it was so cute. Hang on. Yes. No, thank you. Appreciate it. But I just wanted to come on here today. I don't, want to be sad or anything, because I want to celebrate things, how my Uncle Walt was. He was a very big giver. He's the one that donated $6,000 to my dad when he passed away. So he paid for the total funeral expenses, everything, coffin, everything. I didn't know my dad already had everything set up. I just didn't know that. It would have saved my uncle $6,000, but I didn't know that. But I do know that, my mom's already taken care of. My dad was taken care of. I just didn't know it. But he did pay for everything. God works in weird ways. So why that happened that way, maybe it was just to show me, or make me remember how giving my Uncle Walt was. Always. He would send cards and little letters to my dad with money tucked inside, or ask Dad, "Lou, you need anything? Just let me know." Because, my family went through some hard times. And we lost everything, back in, 2010, we lost everything. So, our gorgeous house, we had a gorgeous house on acres, and just a huge Olympic pool, sliding board, diving board, just, we had double wide in the back acreage, and then we had a apartment, believe it or not, in a pole barn. So it had its own little apartment. So, just, I'm not going to go on to what we lost. But is what I'm saying, Uncle Walt was there to help any way he could, knowing that my dad and our family lost everything. I'm in the house I'm in now because he helped my dad get us in here. So just different things that Uncle Walt has done, and how giving and kind, and, just what a deserving man, and he was so thoughtful, and he cared about, you not being upset. He wanted to make you happy. And I'll always remember and cherish those things about my Uncle Walt, but he'll be passing today. So if you would, please say a little prayer for my Uncle Walt, even though I know God has got him, and he's already there. It's just what's left of the shell that's remaining, that's got to go through the process. But I know he's already there. But just give a little prayer, for an easy passing through for what's left of my Uncle Walt's body, because his spirit, his mind, his heart, his soul, it's already there. But make it easy for him, and pray for his daughter, Susie, and the family, that's left there. My Aunt Marion, she took care of him, I think, for 5 years before he went back to his daughter to get taken care of. So my Aunt Marion is going to be a little sad today, So she took care of him for quite a while. So pray for her, if you will. Her name is Marion. And his daughter's name is Susie. and just for the rest of the family, the brothers, you know, my family. And I would appreciate it. I hate today coming on here after we're having such a good time with the collab and everything, but you know, life happens and it doesn't stop happening. But anyway, I hate for my Sherry video to be like this today, but I love you, Lisa. But I'm still thinking about doing a live tonight, so just kind of, I guess it depends on how the day progresses, you know, with what's going on today. But look for it just in case, and if I do, it will be between 6 and 7, always more towards 7. But I've got a few things I'd like to show you guys, so I'm kind of stoked for that. And there might be something in there. I haven't decided yet, because I got this big collab going on and I've gave so many things. So I've got to sort some other things out and see what I've got left in the basket, if you know what I mean. All right, guys, I love you so, so very much. I want to say thank you to the ladies that let me participate, and I've gotten lucky the last couple times, and that doesn't happen often. Okay, guys, remember to always put him first because he put you first. I love you so, so much. I'll see you on my very next video. Look for the live just in case. All right, guys, I love you bunches. Bye.